Alright, we're back in the settings. I'm going to change my home back to the way I like it. Google Now. Again, this just takes a little time to get used to. Obviously, I'm still getting used to it. But change the home back to my normal home. Got my car. You can put Audi logo on there, whatever you feel like you like the most. So sometimes I have a little problem picking up the connection with my Torque app, but we'll just see. We'll get her launched up here and start the car. This will clear in a second. You go back to your Torque. Obviously, it's reading my revs. Real time. I'm still getting used to all this. I haven't really used it much, but I obviously downloaded it. It was only a couple bucks and pretty easy to set up. It does give some nice figures. I'm sure everybody that's used it knows what I'm talking about. But otherwise, let's say you switch it into reverse, it'll automatically go to the stock. You can get rid of this one if you want. I just kept both of them. You can take them in and out the way you want. You can change that in settings. Put it back in park. It's still gonna, just like OEM, it's gonna go back to it. You have to click your little parking button and it'll get you back out. But we'll go into the Audi system real quick. Basically, it has everything the same as you had before. Nothing's changed, except the screen's wider, and you can always just click this side of the menu and get back to the Android system. Cool things you can do. So now when I click the nav button, I'll go to Waze instead of my regular maps on the stock nav. So little things that are nice, besides the basic. And then when you shut the Waze down, you'll get your stock maps back up. But I normally just go through Apple CarPlay anyway, so I don't really use that anymore. But you still have all OEM functionality through your toggle and dongle down below, and it's really a nice system once you get used to it. I'm, like I said, an Apple guy. I don't use Android systems that often. I can get around pretty easily, but once you have this whole screen set up the way you want it and going back and forth, it makes life pretty easy and simple. And honestly, every time I go straight to Apple CarPlay. We'll see if the Spotify is connecting now. Actually, we'll put it back to my Wi-Fi. So instead of the Torque setting, oh, am I not plugged in? There we go. I'm going to turn the whip off just because I'm in the garage. Turn this down. Let's see here. We'll go back to Spotify and see if it's still giving us issues. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Recently played. Basically it's got everything. The touchscreen's nice. The quality on the screen is very nice. Definitely a step up from our OEM screens. But no, didn't know you could do that. But either way, got everything you could want plus more, considering what we had to begin with wasn't great in my opinion. So if you guys have any other questions, just write it down in the review or in the responses, and I can go through them as much as I can. Again, it's just a really solid system, and for pretty much less than $1,000, out there, it's better than any other unit that looks a lot like the B9 system. So Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. This is my first official review. I feel like an idiot, but hope you liked it. Talk